Stand on the shores of Scandinavia over 1200 years ago, and you would hear the sound that terrified an entire continent. The creak of wooden ships, the crash of icy waves, and the war cries of men who would become legends. They came from the edge of the known world, crossing deadly seas in vessels unlike anything Europe had ever seen. To some, they were explorers. To others, merchants. To many, they were monsters. But the real story of the Vikings is far more fascinating than the myths. This is the rise and fall of the Viking Age. The year is 793 AD. On a small island off the coast of England stands a quiet monastery called Lindisfarne. Monks move silently through stone halls. Candles flicker. Prayers echo against ancient walls. Then, something appears on the horizon. Long, narrow ships. Dragon-headed vessels slicing through the cold sea. Within moments, armed warriors storm the shore. The monastery is overwhelmed. Treasures vanish. Buildings burn. Survivors flee. The attack shocks Europe. Many historians would later mark this moment as the beginning of the Viking Age. But these raiders did not appear from nowhere. Their story began centuries earlier in the rugged landscapes of Scandinavia, and it would eventually reshape the world. Far to the north, beyond Europe's wealthy kingdoms, lay a harsh and beautiful world. Towering mountains divided the land. Dense forests stretched for miles. Deep fjords carved through rocky coastlines. Winters were long. Fields were limited. Life was difficult. Small villages clung to the edges of the sea. Farmers worked rocky soil. Fishermen battled icy waters. Families gathered around fire-lit halls during endless nights. In this environment, survival demanded resilience. Children learned early that nature offered few second chances. Strength mattered. Skill mattered. Reputation mattered. The sea became their highway, and eventually, their destiny. The Vikings possessed a secret weapon, not a sword, not an axe, a ship. Their longships were masterpieces of engineering. Built from overlapping wooden planks, they were remarkably strong yet incredibly flexible. The vessels could survive rough oceans while also traveling up shallow rivers. This gave Viking crews an advantage no rival could match. Imagine standing on a European coastline around the year 800. Most communities felt protected by distance. Then suddenly, sleek ships emerge from the mist. Warriors land, strike quickly, and disappear before armies can respond. The speed seemed almost supernatural, but these ships did more than carry raiders. They carried dreamers, explorers, traders, settlers. The Vikings sailed farther than almost anyone imagined, reaching Iceland, Greenland, and even North America centuries before Columbus. They built thriving towns and connected continents through trade. But as kingdoms grew stronger, the Viking world began to change. Christianity spread across Scandinavia, replacing old beliefs with a new faith. The age of Viking raids slowly came to an end, yet their legacy survived in the cities they founded, the lands they explored, and the stories they left behind. History never truly disappears. It simply waits for us to rediscover it. If you enjoyed this journey through the Viking Age, subscribe for more cinematic historical documentaries, and tell us in the comments, which civilization should we explore next?